The search for our missing friends continues. Should I learn something, I'll be sure to let you know. I hope we find friends in the patches. I really do. I don't want to wait till Stormblood, and I hate that people might have waited till Stormblood to find friends, and that just like boggles my mind. It's a story. Obviously, everything like happens the way it is, but. Fortuitous timing as always, Torque. Tataru was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. If you would be so kind, then. Absolutely, you'll be pleased to hear that Riol and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flamin helped me to escape the Crystal Braves and Limsa Lominsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Riol, she crept aboard a ship bound for Rods at Han, where she's been hiding ever since. Assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. I don't know what Rods at Han is, but yay. As for Ida and Papalymo, the remains of their link pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane of all places. Riol thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. That means they... That means they've been getting out. That means they got out. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see, and what of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I've nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of a Charlian scholar, one of the students of Baldesian, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But first we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir AYMERIC has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Torque, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. Mayhap we can meet with the scholar afterwards. Agreed? Agreed. In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knight for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know? Tataru runs that place, let's be honest. I'm so curious about the state of our friends. Because I don't know how much time has passed in game. You know, I feel like sometimes it could be days, weeks, and we don't really, it's hard to keep up with. But I would hope, my worry at this point is that I would hope that obviously Ishgard joining the Ewarzine Alliance, Nanamo being alive and kicking, like, names are cleared of the Scions, you know, and the Crystal Braves disbanded. So if our friends have escaped Ul'dah that night, but they haven't shown up yet, that makes me concerned about what could keep them from showing up, you know? So I do hope. I do hope everything's like okay in that regard. The Lord Commander is within. Please pray to proceed.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
Mm-hmm.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
Yeah.
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely.
That makes sense. Okay.
Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop.
Ooh, and the high houses. So it's not just the church, it's the church and the royals, which, I mean, makes sense that, like, the four high houses really kind of like the ruling body of Ishgard, kind of, sort of, along with the faith.
But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
Uh-huh, right, yeah. So...
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
We love Sir Aymeric.
I
No
too
more
had
lies.
concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited.
Oopies. Sorry, that was my bad. Not just like any dragon either. Like the granddaddy of them all. Like the dragon. Not like, oh, he's just a random dragon. No, like the dragon.
Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence?
Nah, Aymeric, you did the right thing, bud.
After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed.
Amen.
I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many.
Uh-oh.
And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number question our methods.
Oh. I guess, yeah.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
Yeah.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the broom.
God, she has such a good voice. I mean, they both, all the voice actors are good, but I don't know, Lucia's voice is just really good.
Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order. But such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
Yeah, I mentioned it on Friday during like the joining ceremony of Eorzea, the Eorzean Alliance welcoming Ishgard and everything, that Hilda was like front row there. But I love seeing that Hilda and her folks are like, they are working with the Temple Knights. Like it is, you know, the low caste working with the some of the top brass in the city, and I think that's really cool to see that branch has been made between the different classes.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
Amen.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Aymeric. But what precisely would you have us do?
What you been getting at, bud?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Trine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Oh, yeah.
Annex Trine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
Vidofnir. Loved her. She was awesome.
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard.
Oh man, inviting the dragon to Ishgard?
Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
Absolutely. Nod. Nod.
Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
Again, I really love her armor. I love both their armors. But they both have just great armor.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on? to have faith in a brighter tomorrow.
The piano is beautiful.
A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens.
The narration just so good.
Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
God, Nidhogg's design is just so freaking cool. So cool. The journey at least should pose little difficulty this time. I know little of the lands these dragons call home, this annexed shrine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess I myself once shuddered at the thought of it, yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? Ah, but ere we set forth, Twerk. Twerk and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well, I shall see to my preparations. Then let us bid farewell to Tataru, Twerk. My lady. My lady. I thought you might want to tell her, or would you rather I did all the talking? Well, considering one of us has lines and the other one doesn't, maybe you should do the talking. So, what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. A diplomatic mission to annex Shrine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vidofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Y'shtola in Idleshire, should be there to receive our guests. Ah, okay, don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but the scholar just happens to be... Time permitting, as I said, we shall endeavor to join Y'shtola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let's be off, Twerk. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. Wait, who is this guy? I feel like Tataru is about to, like, name drop somebody. I feel like that's what she was about to do there. Which means that someone that we might know. Who would we know? The only student of Baldesion that we know is Grahatia, and he's, you know, locked up. He's taking a nap. You all ready then? Good. So am I. Hot Chalky. Yeah, I want the, oh my, urchin loaf, almond cream croissant. Creme brulee. No, I gotta get the hot Chalky. Hot Chalky every time. Hot Chalky, top tier beverage. If you and Master Alphino would be so kind as to lead the way. Breaking the cycle. I love. The path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest we shall cross the western highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Dravanian forelands. There we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. How about y'all do that and I'll just teleport there. Strange, this is only my third visit to Tailfeather, yet the first feels as though it were a lifetime ago. Like a patch and a half. I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dravanian soil would be at the head of an army, and here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past. Though it was I who first proposed recruiting Izael to our cause, I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them, and for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Oh, it's a big word for me. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side, she fought in service to that greater good. even unto her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Alphino, yet who can say what might come to pass should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course. We must press on to Annex Shrine, if you will follow me. Yeah, let's be honest though, like, it wasn't just Iceheart who might have committed some war crimes. You know, obviously Ishgard's definitely like in the wrong on their fair share of war crimes of the past 1,000 years. So, you know, I think it's okay. I think she gets a pass. Vidofnir, I love her. She's got such a great design. She's cool. Thou art welcome here, friend of Izael. Good, I'm glad we haven't lost our privileges. But this one, I do not know. Well, you see, she's kind of like second in command of the Ishgardian army. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Vidofnir. May I present to you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend. It is an honor to meet you, Vidofnir. I am come as an envoy of Sir AYMERIC, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, knight. Ooh. I'm surprised it wasn't so... It wasn't, like, hostile, you know? For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kin to be architects of this war, but now we know the truth, that King Thordan and his knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great worm Ratatoskr, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal this truth, a truth which was at last laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, and Izael. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Izael once did, and we must make that dream a reality as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I like that there's just so much humility. You know? Like, there is no pride from AYMERIC or Lucia when it comes to the peace with the dragons. Like, it's full on accepting responsibility of the transgressions of the forefathers and being like, yeah, like, our people messed up. We're sorry. We're very sorry. Like, we want peace. We know it's our fault. We want peace. Like, I love it. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. May I ask why? This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Moreover, the Nath grow bold, even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Ooh, hard mode, Ravana. Then we will wait. After 1,000 years at war, we shall not give up on the peace for want of patience. Fear not, knight. Thou shalt have my answer within thy lifetime. So soon, my humble thanks. I know she's not saying it like, oh, so soon, my humble thanks. I know she's being like genuine. It was just funny to read it that way. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, until we meet again. To face such a creature in battle is one thing, to converse with it quite another. Quite the booming voice, I know. Given the circumstances, I would say that went rather well. Honestly, yeah. To be frank, I'm surprised our proposal is not rejected outright. Yeah, same. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. But you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Look at that. She's talking to the one to talk to the other dragons, just to like get to know them, work on the relationships between the two peoples. I love it. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Sharlayan. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Then I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no graver matter than a 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Yeah. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Alphino. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. What the I... So it would seem we have time to greet the scholar after all. How delightful. She'll be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Y'shtola in Idleshire. I'm so I know like not all students of Baldesion were like Alderaan, but I know, you know, obviously the island was, and a good chunk of them were still went missing. So like I am curious about how everything's just cool and kosher with this student of Baldesion, you know? You know? Tori, 'tis good to see you. I confess I assumed your business in Annex Shrine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidofnir go well? Yes. As well as can be expected, she must discuss Sir Americ's proposal with Hraesvelgr, of course, but she seemed amenable to the suggestion. What of our Sharlayan guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. We should be on our way. It would seem we were early. Shall we wait? Wait, back in Ishgard, what was she trying to tell me? I don't know, Alfie. You cut her off. You could have spared the extra second for Tataru to finish her sentence. Look at the little ears on the hood.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
I love this Lala so much. I love her so much already. She is fucking adorable.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves.
Alfie?
Pray, allow me to introduce Krile, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Krile, it's a pleasure to meet you. Alfie seems to be freaking out, though.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue.
I love her voice.
You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, sir.
I look the part of a Warrior of Light. Aww.
And who is that I spy but young Alphino Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
We, Miss Krile and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Was she a tutor to Alfie? Or there's some awkwardness between the two of them, mostly on Alfie's behalf.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
This grin is terrifying. This grin is terrifying.
Thank you, Kryl.
Oh? Uh-huh.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Look at those eyes right now. That is like those are the eyes of someone who knows that she's got him. She's got him by the balls right now.
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
Sugar pop.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking. Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I'm glad this is becoming kind of like a priority in the patch. I really am.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Okay. See, I wasn't quite sure if Y'shtola actually was able to teleport Thancred, or if she only teleported herself. So that's okay.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Ah.
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
I love Kryl so much. She is wonderful. She is a gem. She was less than flattering about my technique when last we met, but this time I have come prepared. Let her belittle my obsidian carbuncle if she dares. Do not tell her I said that. Alfie. The crystal eye is one of Master Matoya's most cherished relics. I doubt very much that she will grant us leave to lay hands upon it unless we can convince her that it is vital to our cause. You did say we were headed for a cave. Did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Matoya meeting us on the way or something? Oh, sweet Kryl. Sweet, sweet Kryl. Sweet Kryl of mine. I've heard so many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Rest assured they're all true. This way, and have care where you tread. I love that. Some flattering, some less so. Don't worry, they're all true. Every bit of it. Oh, Matoya. I'm back. It's only been like 5 days. 4 days. It's Thursday. I love the music.
Is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Both.
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
This is some tea.
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Kryl, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Oh, so Baldessian's is a dude. I wasn't sure if students of Baldessian was like a school or something. Interesting.
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the Isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power.
Yeah.
I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Kryl, you too possess the Echo.
Oh snap.
Well, yes, of course I do.
Oh yes, of course. What do you mean of course you do? As if like it's super freaking common.
Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us.
Huh?
It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
Cool.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
I adore Kryl so much.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the science of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
Yeah.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
I mean, do you want to use your years of experience to help us track down the missing scions? Because we'll take that too, Matoya. Rather than you being like cooped up in your cave.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
Beautiful crystal ball.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
So that's what all those little crystals are that we like were picking up and then like reestablishing connection with were like our own crystals of light. Ooh, so we got plural. We didn't get just one. Interesting. Well, that's cool.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
I guess that's why we need so many, is because if they, Hydaelyn's power has waned, but we're still able to find multiple so we can get the connection we need to have with her. That's, okay. Like the indirect lore here that they're just like dropping on us.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike,
Oh.
I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe.
Oh.
Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul. Their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Huh. I don't get what Alfie's freaking out
Sod's
about.
not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
You can use it right here. I
Thank
love
you,
that.
Master Matoya.
Just don't take it out of my sight. You can use it all you want.
Then let us begin. From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock. I think.
Oh, so like he's out. He's not like stuck in the current like Y'shtola was.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
My boy! My boy. My boy. Also, I feel like Matoya having that crystal is... There's no way that's the last time we see that kind of thing, you know? Hers. There's no way that's the last time we see it. Like, that's too much of a, like, I feel like that's too powerful of an artifact for the Scions for that to not come into play ever again. Kryl. We had forests like these on the island on the Isle of Val. My grandfather and I used to go for walks together when I could prize him away from his work. It was the least I could do for him, considering everything he has done for me. Taking me in when I was an orphan, raising me as his own, and giving me a name. You didn't think my parents named me Kryl Baldesion, did you? I mean, I don't see a last name on there, Kryl, so how could I know? But interesting. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works, Kryl. No one's told me squat about the Isle or what the students of Baldesion are, okay? This game's left me pretty much in the dark on that stuff. I just know the Isle went poof. Thancred may be a capable warrior, but he was wounded when last I saw him. If any beasts were nearby when he emerged from the lifestream, he would have been hard-pressed to repel them. Were I to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Oh my god, he probably found the Nath. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance. Even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across its trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Kryl. I've already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. Yeah. He's a smart boy. This is impressive. You drew him from memory? A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. Alfie, the artist? My boy. I propose we split into two pairs. Y'shtola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments, while Twerk and Kryl question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Ost Vath and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it. Kyle and I get to hang out together. My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. My man! Anyway, we had best get started. Find me when you're finished making your rounds. My boy Alfie. Respect. We gotta put respect on it, alright? Respect the game. Lupo, searching for a friend of yours? Let's have a look then. A surprisingly accurate depiction of the missing Thancred, suggesting that Alphino may have mistaken his life's calling. Damn. Nope, ain't seen him around. Sorry. Better be sorry. Marcy? What's you got there, a sketch? Yeah. Can't say I know the face. You say he's something of a warrior? Yeah. I heard a tale the other day about a Huron vagabond who brought down a bandersnatch by himself. And with style, way they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was the bell of the bleeding ball. Sound like your man? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Grimold? A Huron man? We're not exactly rare, you know. Could you be more specific? I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That, he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. I'll do it. Finished? In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out. You want to hitch a ride on my griffin? They'll probably be faster that way. Nope. Okay. Bye. Right you there. Cryle. Hello. We were to meet here, were we not? Yes. Right where the shiny is. In the eye of the beholder. Fly away. I love that shot. That's pretty. Hope they didn't get into trouble. My apologies for our late arrival. We thought it was wise to question as many hunters as we could. Okay, cool. They're not getting into trouble. Terrific. Many have made camp in inaccessible locations, ideal for hunting game, not so receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable Huron hunter with whom no one is familiar. Though none chanced to see the man's face, his height and build matched Thancred's description, as does his fighting prowess. Yes. My boy! So you have heard the same tales. Be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Mayhap this is unrelated, but I heard a curious tale regarding a Vath trader. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments fit for a man of refinement, which seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. I knew Thancred had to have gotten in with the Nath somehow. You're implying that Thancred sent a Vath to market and is said? Why would he not go himself? Because it's Thancred, and also he's probably trying to lay low. Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the live stream as naked as your name day. It is a scene I shall never forget. Alfie? Is it now? Well, let's please see. I mean, it was a simple statement of fact. I think we know what Alfie's next drawing is about to be. It stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same predicament. In any case, if he had dealings with the Vath, they should be able to tell us, no? Get an Alfie. Quite right, Kryle. Quite right. Fucking this dude. Well, you came out of the live stream naked. I'll never forget it. Really, Alfie, you'll never forget it. Honestly, that boy, some things never change. Given that Alphino seems to recall the details of my return so vividly, I'd rather he did not draw me from memory, talented or not. Oh, Alfie with so much brain, so much intelligence, but so little wisdom. Well, what are we waiting for? For all we know, Thancred could be waiting for us in Loth Ast Vath. We must go and see the Vath right away. Come along, everyone. Come along. Come. That just further cements like having to talk to everybody in between each quest, because like that's a line that is just, that's too good. It's too good. Vath storyteller, it's so good to see you. A pleasure. Click, click, great hunters, we welcome you once more to Loth Ast Vath. What do you seek this day? We seek a man with whom we are told you may have had certain dealings. How curious, the hunters tire of godly sport and pursue mortal prey? No, he is not prey, but a friend long missing. Click, click, good, good, he is a friend to the Vath as well, one with whom we have traded many times. Truly? And you're quite certain it was this man? There is no doubt. Click, click, the fleshling clothed and skins came to us from Somal, lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade. In exchange, we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh, so skilled a hunter he was. Much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Click, click, gone to Loth Ast Nath not long ago, when he heard the one mine had summoned our god once more. Ravana is returned? Vidofnir did say that the Nath had grown as before, which I assumed was the case of that as well. But what could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Elder, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrade's side. Go, great hunters, lest the Nath claim him as a sacrifice. Click, click. We gotta go save my boy. We gotta go save my boy. God, we look so cool.
Who else could be? Thancred! It could be Thancred! We must hurry!
My boy. Dude. Huh? It's these guys! I didn't realize there'd be so many of them. Ow. Oh no. It's the characters from the A Realm Reborn trailer who are gonna be our Warriors of Darkness. Oh no. Why are they out here fighting? Oh.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever!
Oh.
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not!
Oh! That's how we did in La Habrea the first time.
So you are the warrior of light. The savior of Eorzea.
Uh-huh. Are they...
It's a wonder you didn't come sooner. What with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
Are they like corrupted warriors of light?
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
Stola. Oh! Let me at him. Let me fight! Cryo! Ah, my boy! Holy shit, dude! Oh! It's so anime and I freaking love it.
Not very sporting of you to interrupt. But so be it. Mark well our faces, warrior of light. For we are the warriors of darkness. Walkers of a different path. And we shall meet again.
Oh, that was so cool. I feel like we gotta like free them, cleanse them of their whole corruption thing, right?
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
Really? Loose ass. Okay. Dude. My boy! My boy!
Are you all right?
My boy.
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Yeah. That's good. It's Thancred. It's Thancred. He's here. I will say though, I am kind of like curious, surprised a little bit about the Warriors of Darkness that they killed the Primal when the Ascians are all about primals being a thing and around and active, and so the fact that they killed a Primal, and I feel like that's the Ascians thing, is to like have them around. It's kind of interesting, but say la vie. Say la vie. Whatever. I'm sure. Well, I mean, we'll learn more here. The vision caught me unawares, and I was unprepared for their attack, but I could hear the colony chattering all around us. They were so loud, so unbearably loud. Do you need to sit down? I have water if it will help. We should be safe here. Our pursuers are not like to stray so far from the colony. Cryo said every version of the Echo is different, you know, from each user of it. So I wonder what makes ours different. You know, obviously she gets visions too, so it's not that part. I wonder what's unique about our Echo. Is it the lack of being able to be tempered by primals? Or is that, I feel like that's all Echoes though. It's kind of the impression I got. Oh, we'll find out. Sorry. Thancred.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
Hey, he likes a good flair, alright? He's got a nice little rat tail going on here.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our party? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
My boy. My boy.
Thancred.
My boy.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live stream in the all-together.
It's so funny because it's a nutkin. It's a nutkin covering the nuts.
Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides.
The nutkin's still the censor. That's amazing.
Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
Oh, it must have just been like, oh, the chances of us missing that Thancred being with the Vath while we were there to deal with Ravana. God, that's so wild that could have just been, we could have actually found him somehow on accident just by pure luck there.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke?
Yes, of course he was.
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement.
A man of refinement.
From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
Oh, so he got... Huh. Great warrior who had once laid him. So he must have, like, gotten I assumed, like, he got dumped out of the live stream almost, like, immediately. But it sounds like that was kind of after, a little delayed after we dealt with him. Interesting. Okay, so we wouldn't have had, like, the off chance to meet him. Huh. Hey, bud, yeah, that was me.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more?
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Honestly, fair, yeah.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed warriors of darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the warrior of light, I suppose.
I just can't get over Kryle's response to it. The warriors of darkness? Really? I love her.
Glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
It's so wild that it's the characters from the A Realm Reborn cinematic.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection.
Mm-hmm.
Protection not unlike the Echo.
Very much so. Very much the Echo, because you saw the other guy, like, wince at it. At the vision. We have another friend back. We have another friend back. I know what you're thinking, but really, you needn't worry. It will only lend credence to the tales of my heroism. Besides, battle scars are to maidens what loose morals are to gentlemen. A definite bonus. As long as you're okay, buddy. I'm just happy to have you back. To it seems the mystery of the axe wielding here has been laid to rest. I should have known better than think Thancred would ever stoop to using such an inelegant weapon. Yeah, honestly, same. I was like, yeah, it did kind of like a random weapon for Thancred to use, but I'm assuming it's just what he could find. But how was I to know that there was not one vagabond wandering the Chocobo Forest, but two? He knew us. He knew you. Did he walk in our memories as we walked in his? Blessed with the power of the echo and driven to put down primals, despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped our notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors and attempted to recruit them to our cause. Not if they got blasted forth in time by 5 years. And maybe zapped up by Asians in the process? I recall no such adventurers, and I would not soon forget their like, nor would any of us, I think. When we talked to Robon about the Warriors of Light, when he told us about that very early ARR, it's like, you know, he's like, we can see them, but we can't see their faces. Like, no one could remember what they looked like. Only that they're Warriors of Light. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how Thancred found Twerk. Ah, the memories. It seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I had the distinct impression that it was not the first time that band of merry men and women had killed a god. Yeah. I labor to believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers has been traveling the land, slaying primals without our knowledge. To imply gross negligence on our part, yeah? Speculation will avail us not. There is far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know, namely that Lord Ravana is no more. Vidofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive to Sir Aymeric invitation. Since you seem to have affairs here well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony is giving me a stinking headache. Aww. If you have need of me, I shall be with Master Matoya. I would beg her assistance with the search for Minfilia. Yeah. Wait, Minfilia is missing? I thought she escaped with Twerk. Oh, yeah. I shall explain on the road. Much has happened in your absence. Vidofnir? Milady? Milady? I had not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that she hath long since departed for Ishgard. My thanks, Vidofnir, but it was not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours. Lord Ravana, who had been summoned by the Nath, has again been laid low. Truly, once more you mortals have succeeded where mine own kind did fail. You have our deepest thanks. Well, it wasn't us. Would that we could take credit. The god fell by another's hand. Another? Revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebration. The Nath will have no choice but to withdraw. But to another matter, I have tidings for thee as well. Regarding the Ishgardian's invitation? As promised, I brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years have I mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth she wrapped herself in a dream, yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought, for justice she sinned, for redemption she sacrificed, and became as light. Oh, that's beautiful. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for weal or be it for woe, such is the folly and the glory of man and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. Then you accept Sir Aymeric invitation? Let it be known that I, Vidofnir, shall journey unto Ishgard on behalf of my people. We are honored to receive your answer, and will convey your words to our allies without delay. God, that was such beautiful words about Izael. It is happening, Izael. Would that you were here to see it.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another.
Oh God, no. Are you kidding me? No.
Honorable men, to whom Sir Aymeric was no hero, but a scheming patricide. Honorable men who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's blood.
No, 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 no.
Honorable men whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
No, 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 no. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 please, no, 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 no. Fortunate journey for us, ample time to brief Thancred on recent events. Fantastic, lovely, love that for us. So you slew a handful of primals, chatted with the Emperor of Garlemald, uncovered the truth behind a 1,000-year war, thwarted a megalomaniacal archbishop's ambitions, and then rode home on the back of the Father of Dragons. Does that about sum it up? Yes, yes it does. Sorry, I would read slower, but let's not keep Sir Aymeric waiting. Yeah. Are you quite well, Thancred? Yes, quite well. Forgive me. You have given me rather a lot to digest. This whole affair with the Ishgardians and the Dravanians and our friends nowhere to be found. It would seem there is no end to our troubles. We can but face them head on, one at a time. For now, we must apply ourselves to our allotted tasks and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time, we will find Ida and Papalymo and Minfilia as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, one which we will look back on together. Pray do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventure as one of its more triumphal moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. Yeah, I have no doubt that we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough. You may rest assured that I will play my part in them to the very hilt. Thancred, I'm so happy to have you back. I know you will. So then, to the congregation. I'm so sorry. That was so much dialogue, and I am so just need to get past it, but I don't want to speed through it. I'm so happy to have Thancred back. I know he's to the very hilt, you say? Like a knife, eh? Or something else? He has suffered worse wounds. He's been through worse. He's fine. Oh, good, you're back. Things got a bit heated while you were away. Things are fine. He's okay. He's a big boy. He's a big, strong man. You've returned. In this, at least, the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. Pleased to meet and inform you that Vidofnir has accepted Sir Aymeric invitation. She has. These are glad tidings indeed. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Would that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Is he otherwise engaged? Sleeping off a knife to the gut. Sleeping off means he's okay. Means he's alive. What? What happened? Will he live? The surgeons tell me he will make a full recovery. That was too much stress. But had Lord Edmont and Lord Artoriel not been on hand when the assassin struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For a mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land the telling blow. The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been doused in the fires, but for everyone we put out, it seems like 2 more start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Broom. 'Tis plain these fires were started by the assassins' conspirators. Until they have been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? Abso-fucking-lutely. I will go Vlad the Impaler on them, please. Then let us be about it. I will commit more war crimes. As the Warrior of Light up to this point, this will not be the first war crimes I have committed, and I will gladly commit so many more.